Modern Era Dragonmaids. Quite honestly, this is one of my favorite picks of the block. Welcome back to the 12 days of goodies and deck profiles. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You know, don't be like the 34% of you that have not. Please, it's the holiday season. We're trying to give away envelopes of sleeves out here. We're trying to give away goodies. So yesterday's envelope of sleeves is going to go to the winner down below. Why is it not mentioned in the video, Robbie? The video's filmed a little bit early. All right, so check the description. It's down there, I promise you. Today we're going to be doing same thing. If you guys want an envelope of, you know, cool game sleeves, you know, I ask that you please subscribe to the channel. You know, you got to leave a little comment down below. It's the holiday season. I've been asking everybody some of the deck profiles and things that they want to see. I've been kind of keeping an eye out to kind of see some of the more interesting things for sure, but for the most part, that's that. And today we're doing our Albedo sleeves. I bet you guys didn't even know that we made these. So you know, I have a website called Cool Games, and we have a Discord server as well, where you guys can keep up with all of the shenanigans and things I do. Yeah, it's really weird that maybe we got to talk about that more for the holiday series. But if you want some sleeves, just leave a comment down below. I don't care where you live. You can live in Italy, you can live in, you know, the Bahamas, you can live in Japan, wherever. I ship them all out worldwide. It's the holidays. I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, how dare you live here. You can't control that. The best I can do is try to put a smile on your holiday seasonal face with the opportunity for some goodies. Quite honestly, outside of that, more and interesting things will continue to kind of spin out throughout the week. I look forward to seeing what new innovations and things will come out of the OCG, and we'll probably see some of those types of deck profiles land on the channel here as more innovations and things come to pass. So let's pass on over to some Bysteel good stuff. All right, today's list is going to be from TopTierGamingYGO. I was actually sitting down kind of taking a look at some of the Dragonmaid deck lists that have been floating around out here, and I kind of made the decision to settle on talking about this one and just kind of like the issues that this deck faces in the current format. Don't get me wrong, I mean, like, the Bysteel cards will carry this deck. All right. Oh, also, if you guys would check out TopTierGamingYGO down below and give them some love. All right, like I said, getting a chance to talk about some of these decks and some of the innovations and things that players come up with, it is very nice. So please show them some love and hit that subscribe button for them. So straight off the bat here, because of the way that the format is structured, you are going to have to focus on your Bysteel package. All right, which means, unfortunately, I will say maximizing on these will be a little bit local dependent. If you have slightly less tier, I know some people out there have locals that aren't full of meanie tier element players, but depending on what your localized metagame is going to be, you probably will want to maximize on these. I mean, obviously, Druid's Worm taking care of the special summon, Magnanet getting the ability to search, and then Saronir here getting the additional dump is actually going to be really, really good. Now, Lubellion in this deck is very, very good. You get a lot more value out of this deck than I think a lot of people are initially going to understand. Even though I will say, you're not on the crazy level that Dragonmaids were formerly in terms of like their generation engine and things like that. You had to strip off a lot of the Dragonmaid stuff, and you had to get down to like your nitty gritty stuff, and that's where like the Chamber and the Parlor come into play because of Changeover here. Changeover gives you that ability to fusion summon, all right, and then you can target a Dragonmaid monster you control, add this card back to your hand, and return the other monster to your hand. All right, now, because of your summoning conditions for this amazing card, a Dragonmaid plus a level 5 or higher monster, all of these Bysteels, you know, setting up a Lubellion here, they're all fusion targets for you to set up and do your thing with. All right, that's why, like, if you're, depending on the matchup you're playing, and you're like, oh no, like, I don't need this bad Bysteel card because this matchup doesn't require for it, just go ahead and dump it off of the Changeover, make the Shio, and then go ahead and just capitalize and set up, you know, what you need to do. If you really open up absolutely awful and you got to make House Dragonmaid, which, please don't do that. You're going to end up in a really bad place if you do that. because of the summoning conditions of this and the ease of this, it should be relatively fine. It's also not like Mr. Saronir here can't drop down the Lubellion, and then you can start setting up through this. Obviously, these two cards right here are going to be some pretty big advantage engines for you. Brand of Regain's going to give you, if a light or dark is banished, except during damage step, you can target one of those monsters, place it on the bottom of the deck, and you can draw a card. Okay. And once return of your opponent normal special a monster, you can target a Bysteel in your graveyard and special summon it. Okay, so we'll get the ability to bring back one of our friends here. Easy stuff. And then Beast during the main phase. Alright, if you control a Bysteel card, you can contribute one dragon monster, target a card your opponent controls, and destroy it. And during the end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell or trap card, place it face up on your field. So this actually gets the chance to bring this back, but hey, you can go ahead and start dumping off these really bad Bysteel cards after they've served their purpose, get them loaded up, and then spin it right back around so that you can start toggling back through. So, the list. We have triple Drosworm with triple Magna Hut with triple Saronir. Alright, easy stuff. You have, of course, triple Changeover, aka on normal, we're going to go search for Changeover. And then you can technically toggle her into a level 7, which the only one we're playing here is Lepore. Mainly because you can discard this card, target one face-up monster on the field. Players cannot activate that target's effects on the field this turn, which I wish this was a quick effect, but this effect is actually really good. We're focusing on triple Ghost Bell. Honestly, this is probably going to be the better one right now for this deck. And then, of course, we have triple copies of Parlor. This is going to send a Dragonmaid card from your deck to the graveyard. You can technically drop Lepore with this. I don't highly recommend it. You're probably going to drop Changeover, and then you'll target toggle the Changeover effect to bounce back the Parlor to your hand, and then you're going to go, hey, mission accomplished, you know? I've done my job here, and then you can go ahead and activate Changeover. Triple Lubellion, I still think triple of this. You can argue that two might be better. Just a little bit. But I think that focusing on, maximizing your numbers because of Saronir, you just would have to decide on what else you'd really want to play for that. I mean, do you really want to focus on a third Changeover? I don't think so. I feel like at that point you're just asking for too many bricks in the deck. Only one Brand Regained. Please don't play more of this. We have one Called by the Grave, standard spot removal options, two Changeover right now. Honestly, with DD Crow even having a minuscule threat in the format to detour you, two is absolutely fine. As somebody that's played one of these before and has lost it to DD Crow, you're going to cry, alright? Like, it's just kind of the unfortunate consequences of the format here that because you have that off chance, you have to focus on it. We have one Hospitality, which is fine. This definitely acts as a deterrent to get down Lepore. And then, of course, triple Pot of Prosperity. You're going to have to play these. As much as I want to be like, you might be able to find some budget options. No, Extrav's going to be bad for this deck. You're going to need this. Now, one thing that was of interest here was Super Poly with the Cordius here. A Synchro plus an Exceed plus a Link monster. Now, honestly, you're probably going to care more about Garuda or Mud Dragon, but once again, it's going to come down to your localized format, all right? The fact that you can, tack in some cheesy little interactions within the deck for, your localized metagame or something like that really matters all that much. And then, of course, we have one copy of Branded Beast. We have the triple Tiding. Yes, you still get to abuse one of the best Dragonmaid cards in the game, which is amazing. And then we have triple copies of Infinite Permanence here. Down in the extra deck, still playing the one Striker Dragon. A lot of people might still particularly question this, but it gets a Dragonmaid card down into the graveyard, gives you another dragon to combo up with. Two Heavenly Spheres. This is the value monster for sure. We have one Wolo because of all of our friends here. Alright, we have one Atum, 3 value actually. One Gaia Dragon with one Zeus. Then you got Starving Venom for fusion target, Mud Dragon for fusion target, two House Dragonmaids with one Garuda, and then you have two Shios and one copy of Cordius here. Side deck, you're going to have to focus on like rivalries, Gozins, Floodgate-esque cards, quite possibly Silent Graveyard as well to be like deterrents, to kind of shut down some of those more threatening cards in the format. Tier's not going to be an amazing matchup, even though you would think that it would. Shio's Omni Negate plus these should be enough to close out the game, but sometimes it's just not enough. So that is Dragonmaids. I know it's what, like 8-9 Dragonmaid cards. Kind of call it a day there. So please, if you want to get in for the goodies today, please leave a comment down below, like the video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, and of course, please show Top Tier Gaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Some love today, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day, guys. Peace out. Have a good holiday. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.